And now for our feature presentation.
Been a minute, man. I love this shit. Fuck motherfuckers didn't even miss me, man. What's wrong with y'all? Man, I'm the most positive nigga you know, man. What's going on? What's happening? What's up? I'm the most positive nigga you know. What's happening, man? Yeah, yes sir. Mr. EK in the building, homie. What's up with you, man? What's happening? Y'all didn't miss me? God damn. Youth mentor, author, motivational speaker, Mr. EK in the building. What's happening, y'all? Man, I missed y'all. It's been a minute, man. Yeah, shit, going through a lot of stuff. Family issues, court issues. You know, sometimes life gets in the way. Like I said, I'm back, man, and I missed the hell out of y'all, man. So what's been up? Tell me something good, man, like a song with my name in it. Let me give you a short bio about myself. Yeah, my name is Eric King. I was born and raised in San Diego, California. I grew up in Skyline. Skyline is one of the toughest hoods in San Diego. Skyline used to be an all-white area, but you know we had the same experience LA had. You know when a few niggas start moving here and there in them certain neighborhoods, then you had a white flight take place. Everybody get the impression of San Diego like it's all palm trees and beaches and shit like that. And then I hear a lot of niggas say that niggas out here in California got it easy and shit like that. But what you don't understand is certain hoods where we grow up at and where certain other black people is at, them is different worlds, man. There ain't no palm trees in them areas, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no surfboards and beaches and shit like that in areas like that where we come up out of. Like I was saying, it was predominantly all white people, but then blacks started moving in slowly at a time, and then the white folks start running up out of there. And I went to Freeze Elementary, and Freeze, I was just a regular kid. I didn't really get into too much trouble and shit like that, man. The worst trouble I got into, I probably stole, $1 or $2 out of my mom's purse or something like that. But I didn't get my parents too much trouble. When they found out I was stealing them dollars, they ended that shit quick. That's for motherfucking show. But I didn't get into too much trouble, man, in elementary school. To start it off from the very, very beginning, let me start from the beginning. I'm sorry, man. Let me take it back. Going to Gingerbread, which is over in Lincoln Park. I went to Gingerbread. That was like a Gingerbread nursery school. And from there, once I got old enough to get to the first grade, I went to Knox Elementary, which is up the hill from Gingerbread Nursery School. I don't even know if Gingerbread is still the name of that nursery school or not, but that's a historic ass nursery school. All black people in Southeast went to that nursery school, you know what I'm saying? And from there, I went to Knox. They would walk us from Gingerbread to Knox to let us, once we start going to to the first grade and shit like that. Then in the second grade, I started going to school in Skyline where I lived. I went to Freeze Elementary, and I went to Freeze from second to sixth grade. You know what I mean? Graduated, sixth grade graduation and everything. And like I said, at that age, I didn't really get in too much trouble, man. I might have got into a fight or two or something like that, but it wasn't because I was out, you know, trying to be a troublemaker. You know, it's always gonna be some school bullies and shit like that. But you know, so I was a good kid, man. And I had a best friend that stayed across the street. His name was Marcus Owens. That's my boy. What's up to you, Marcus, if you catch this right now? And I used to, you know, that was my best friend at the time. And his dad was in the military. I remember when his dad came back from I guess, you know, what they call a tour or something like that. He came back from tour, and he came back with a heavy bag, and he came back with the speed bag. The one that go from floor to, you know, from the ceiling to the floor speed bag. The one that hit your ass back, you know what I'm saying? And so he had hung that up in the garage. Man, I hounded them every day to go in there and fuck with that speed bag. So I got real good at that. I hounded them about that shit every day. I used to go over there every day fucking with that boxing equipment, homie. It was one of my favorite things to do. So that was one thing I used to do when growing up in elementary school. That was became one of my hobbies right then and there. And then when I got to the sixth grade, I started getting into rap. That's when I first started getting into rap, when I was in the sixth grade. And at that point, after I got my first Run DMC, that Raising Hill album or whatever, you know, and I was playing that, and I was listening to, you know, Jam Master Jay, the way he was scratching the shit on that. That shit became my next favorite thing, you know what I mean? And that's how I got into DJing. You know what I mean? Even with that record, you know what I'm saying? At that time, we used to have the stereo and have a record player on top. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know what I'm talking about. The speakers were separate from the stereo or whatever. I had one of them, and I put my little record on there, man. And I'm scratching over Jam Master Jay's scratches. I'm hearing how he doing it, and I'm taking his scratch, and I'm mimicking his scratch. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I first got into DJing and shit like that. So that's sixth grade, and then the seventh grade, I went to Keeler. I went to Keeler Junior High. You know what I'm saying? And my mom and dad, seventh grade, that's when they bought me some turntables. So I had some turntables. I was really getting into DJing and shit like that. That was one of my favorite things to do. I love music, you know what I'm saying, to this day. In elementary school, I heard a couple of people mention some shit, you know, because like I said, we grew up in Skyline. I might have heard a couple of dudes that was, you know, even that age and that early, talking about they was claiming this and claiming that, you know, claiming Skyline, you know what I'm saying? So I did hear it, but I really didn't get to see nobody who was like really about that life till I got to junior high. And that's really where niggas really get active on me. Motherfuckers talking about they putting in work in elementary school or been putting in work in elementary school. They lying like a motherfucker on me. And I don't know why motherfuckers lie about shit. You know what I mean? What are you trying to encourage somebody else to start there early? You know, I don't know what the fuck is the reason for saying that type of shit is what I'm saying, period. But anyway, so when I got to junior high, man, that's when I met some real niggas, man. Real niggas that was, you know, coming up out of my side of town, you know what I'm saying? Coming up out of where I grew up at, Skyline, you know what I'm saying? Niggas like Sean Young, you know what I'm saying? Niggas like Sidney Berry, Trent Berry, my nigga Big June, my nigga, he rap right now. You know about him. Everybody know about my nigga Big June. Real nigga, you know, really doing this shit too. And I went to school with niggas like that, man. Them was my niggas, you know. I'm saying real names, homie, because I'm not calling niggas by their handles, you know what I'm saying? Because they doing something else with their lives. So, I mean, they might not want to hear, you know, people hearing that shit, you know what I mean? So, they doing, you know, shit with their lives, man. So, I'm not going to call them by their handles. But, you know, like I said, niggas like Sean Young, real nigga, man. My nigga Sidney Berry, Trent Berry, they brothers. Them is my niggas, man. Like I said, Big June, one of my niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Real niggas. And them niggas was really, you know, active and doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? This is 7th grade, you know. So by that time, like I said, I'm DJing a little bit, and then I start getting into dancing a little bit. By that time, who was out? Kid and Play was out, so I got into kind of like dancing and shit like that. I always did a little bit of break dancing and shit, so I would mix that shit. So yeah, by that time I was DJing, then I started getting into dance. I was really DJing more than anything, and I still wasn't getting into no trouble, homie. I never, you know, I didn't give my parents no hard time. I can only remember one time where I really did something, you know what I'm saying? One morning, you know, we used to catch the bus to school every morning when we was going to junior high. We went to Keeler, and anybody, if y'all went to Keeler, if y'all was at bus stop D, you gonna remember this. You gonna remember this day, man. So and that bus stop was cracking. You know what I mean? We had niggas that was banging, and fighting in the mornings and shit before the bus came, all that shit, homie. So anyway, and we had some square people just trying to get their ass on the bus to go to school. So anyway, one morning the fucking bus don't show up. We all standing there. We could have walked down the fucking hill to the school. So we all standing there. We like, okay, we'll wait for the late bus to come. Late bus don't come. We still sitting there. For some reason, I'm like, fuck it. At the time, you know, in California, we fix our garages up. We'll make them look like dens or whatever. And that'll be the entertainment room. You know what I mean? The stereo in there and everything. Well, at this time, it was set up. And then I had my turntables in there, too. So, you know, that was like my little, you know, little spot, kind of. I kind of took it over from the family little den, how they had it set up. So, I had my turntables in there at the time, too. So, I'm like, for some reason, but it was still set up like a, you know, like a nice little living room or whatever, but spacious. So, anyway, I tell everybody, fuck it, let's just go to my house then. I don't know, we might even say some bullshit like this. Let's go to my house and call the school and see if they're gonna send the late bus or not. We might even say some shit like that. So then we get to the pad. Get to my pad. Open the door, I let everybody in the garage. Look, this the whole bus stop came. You know what I mean? And look, not even the squares said, fuck it, let's go do that. You know what I mean? They didn't even walk to school. Like I said, we're gonna walk to school and everything. So it's 7th and 8th graders. This is the funny part, man. It had to be about at least 12, 13 of us. We all at the bus stop, so fuck it, the bus don't come, we start walking. The bus don't come, so we go to my pad. So Marcus Owens, my boy, my best friend, you know what I mean, I grew up with across the street, like I was saying earlier, he didn't come. He went home. He said, I'm going home to go to bed. Fuck this shit, the bus didn't come, fuck it didn't come. So look, I'll tell you his story when he got in his door later. Anyway, let me get to my story. So look, when we get to the pad, I let everybody in the garage. Fuck it, I turned the music on. Man, motherfuckers started dancing, homie. This is like 8:30 in the morning, man. And I mean, it's enough guys, it's enough girls, niggas is in there dancing, homie. They're like fucking house party 3. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the funniest shit in the world, homie. I mean, everybody dancing, you know what I'm saying? I get in the circle. That's the first time I dance in front of people, you know what I mean? I was like, man, I didn't know you could dance, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we in my pants, shit. I'm doing what I do when nobody looking, you know? Y'all was in my turn dome, so I felt like breaking out that day, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, we in there dancing like a motherfucker. So anyway, the party is going. Everybody having a good time, homie. I mean, we was going for about a good 30 minutes to an hour. We in there, motherfuckers is really dancing, boy on girl, everything. We having a good time, man. Ain't nobody thinking about calling no bus, nothing like that. So anyway, a few minutes go by, we in the middle of dancing and shit like that. All of a sudden, the door opens up. Boom. It's my goddamn dad. Look, at the time, we had a motorhome. We had this motorhome. You know, if he pulled up in front of the house, you hear that motherfucker rumbling. And, you know, if I'd have heard it rumble in front of the pad, we'd all went out the back door and been hiding in the back, trying to, you know what I mean, make sure he left first before we got up out of that motherfucker. So anyway, he come in, he opens the door, boom. It was just like a movie. It was like the needle went across the record. And all you heard was him. Get the fuck out of my house. Man, we walked out in a straight line, homie. That line was straighter than a line in elementary school, homie, on everything I love. We walk out in a straight line, homie. I get in a line too. Like I said, we walk out of there in a straight line, homie. So look, I fall in line with like the rest of them. And I'm thinking when it gets to my turn, I'm finna get one of these in the back of the head. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, he let me walk by everybody. I stand there while everybody leave or whatever. I can't even remember what he said. That's the crazy thing. That's how cool my dad was, homie. I can't even remember the yelling. I can't remember what was said. I cannot remember to this day his words about that, homie. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, he packs my ass up and drives me to school. So on the way to school, I can see everybody walking. I see all the 15 kids, they walking on their way to school, whatever. I don't know if they knew the motorhome or not, whatever, long story short. I get to school. And so one of the periods change. So during passing classes, I see everybody. I'm in the 7th grade. I see all the 8th graders and some 7th graders. 8th graders walking by me. What you doing here? We thought you was dead. They thought Pops killed me over that shit, homie. So that's only one big thing I can see. That's probably one of the first big things, if I did anything big, you know what I'm saying, at that time. And then, yeah, that was crazy, homie. So look, and then my mom was real cool, real soft-spoken woman, you know. She's, you know, real funny too, but will say something with no emotions, real soft-spoken or whatever. So anyway, when school gets out, I get home that day from school, so mom's is home now. I get home from school that day. As soon as I come in, I say, hey, moms, or whatever. And so she looks over at me, you know, just as good. Like I said, she's a calm woman. So she looks over at me and says, I heard you had a party. Look, and I can't do it. I can't do what I wanted to do. I wanted to do like how, you know, you got a homie that say something when you don't want to hear it. Man, be quiet. I wanted to do one of them, but you can't do that to moms, homie. So look, I cracked up at that later. At the time, I was mad at that. But yeah, she looked at me and said, I heard you had a party. Just as calm as could be, homie. Just as calm as could be. The way Pops found out that I was at the pad throwing a party was, remember what I said, Marcus went home. He didn't come to the party. He went to the pad. I didn't talk to him later to find out what happened when he got in the house, but coming from him, what he told me was when he got to the pad, he walked in the door, he said he even said it out loud to himself, shit, I'm about to give me some rest. And he said out the blue, he heard, huh? Who is that? Who's that in there? And it was his mom. His mom didn't go to work that day, or she didn't go wherever she was supposed to go that day. She didn't go, and she was at the pad on me. So once he woke her up, she sent his ass to school, but she heard the music across the street, so she called my pops at his job, and he came to the fucking house, homie. And like I said, we had this big ass camper, homie, at the time. So if you pull it up in front of the pad, I would have heard it. You feel it rumbling, and it'd shake the whole motherfucking house. And I would have known that's when we'd have got up out of there. But anyway, he parked the motorhome down the street, a couple of houses down, so we couldn't even feel the thing rumbling. So when he came in and ended that shit, man, it was crazy, homie. Like I said, he ain't never, I don't even remember hearing a bad word about that, homie. Only thing I recall was my mom, when I got home from school that day, and she looked at me calmly and said, so I heard you had a party. And if anybody who know my mom, you know she calm and she's funny than a motherfucker. She was a calm lady though. When she was say something, she'd be real calm, but it might be the funniest thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, back to my story, man. I didn't really get into too much trouble in high school or no shit like that, man. I was pretty good. I was really focused on my dancing and DJing and shit like that. I didn't get into too much trouble. I do remember I probably had 2 incidents happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I can remember I think of what, 9th grade. Yeah, 9th grade. We practicing over my boy pad. Everybody leave practice. Even my boy leave. For some reason, me and another nigga there, another dance partner. Well, no, he wasn't even a dance partner. He was a brother of one of my dance partners. So we there at the house, homie, and for some reason, you know, they used to, back in the day, niggas remember this, man. If you coming out of the hood, you remember this. Y'all remember the BB guns, the one that looked like a 4.5, the motherfucker even cocked back like this. It was black, and it looked like a 4.5. You know what I'm saying? Or even like a 380 or something like that. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck made me do this, but we called a pizza man, and I fucking robbed a pizza man, homie, with the goddamn BB gun, homie. Ended up going to juvenile hall for that shit too, homie. Yeah, shit wasn't cool, homie. Doing stupid shit, homie. You know what I mean? We was dancers, whatever, but we still came from the hood, homie. So we was still doing, you know, we still had street mentality. At least I still had a street type of mentality, just coming up from around the niggas I came up with. You know what I'm saying? So I remember that happening, but I really didn't get in too much trouble, homie. Like I said, I did all my, I did a lot of DJing at the time and more breakdancing, more than anything. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, me and my niggas, we was all right. You know what I mean? And we did, you know, like I said, we was in videos, we did magazines, we did a lot of shit, homie. We was really getting known out there, homie. Shouts out to my niggas, man, from House Clan, homie. I miss y'all. Once I graduated high school, homie, I went straight to junior college. Well, at least I tried to go to junior college, you know what I'm saying? I went there, tried to play football. That didn't really work out. So I think I only lasted maybe 2 semesters, dropped out of that. Then I was trying to figure out what the fuck I was gonna do, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really trying to go get no job, you know, just young. I'm seeing niggas that ain't going to school. I see niggas that's not working and they getting fast money. So I'm like, you know what? Let me see if I can try my hand at hustling or whatever. So, you know, I tried everything. I tried to sell dope. I tried to sell weed. None of that shit really worked for me, homie. Then I got into jacking cars, stealing cars and shit like that. And then, you know, stealing shit off the cars and selling it and shit like that. So that's one thing I really got into more than anything. Like I said, I wasn't into selling dope or nothing like that. didn't want to deal with the motherfuckers who was smoking it and using it or whatever. That just wasn't for me. But it stepped up another level when I hooked up with my homeboys. I hooked up with my nigga. I hooked up with my nigga LK. I'm talking about the real LK nigga, the nigga that stayed on 181 Sienna Street. What's up, my nigga? Then I hooked up with him, homie. And we was talking, and he was just getting at me like, you know what, man? We need to put together a crew of hustlers. You know what I'm saying? Crew of niggas that just, get money. We just get some money. We just hustle, just get money, and fuck with these bitches or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea, homie. Let's see. His big brother was the big homie. You know what I mean? Was an OG from over there. So anyway, we talking and shit, and then we name it. We named a little crew. We put a crew together. We named it. You know what I'm saying? We named that shit GSP, and we did that for about. That lasted for about a couple of months or so, and then we hooked up with my other nigga. We hooked up with my nigga D Smooth. He was trying to put together something, just, along the same line. So we hooked up with him, and then we changed the name, and that's when GPM came out, Gangsta Pimp Mafia, and that shit is out still to this day. You know what I'm saying? After that, for some reason, homie, and I'm not trying to say that we the first that we the first that went through, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't remember no other cliques coming out until after that. That's when you see cliques coming from everywhere. That's when you see YAPs, MFMs. You saw, oh man, it was so many of them. I can't even think of them. And even the girls started killing it. They was coming with their cliques. We even had a sister clique. You know what I mean? UNK. You never know. You know what I mean? And it was we had our sister clique was the flyest ones out of all them bitches out there. But it was so many of them. Everybody had their own colors. You know what I'm saying? Their own color rags. We rocked the cream rag. You know what I'm saying? And it was real big, homie. What the funny thing about it is a lot of people who put them cliques together, they weren't even coming out of neighborhoods. I think that was just they chance to kind of get a little sneak peek at kind of what it felt like to kind of fuck around in the streets a little bit and shit like that. I can't speak for the other cliques. They was on some other shit. I can't say they was on some hustling or whatever. For the most part, I think it was more for, just motherfuckers dressing nice and trying to get bitches and just being a fly crew of motherfuckers. I think that was more their point of, we come together and we start doing that and niggas start really, making shit happen. You know what I mean? Homies is moving weight, pushing shit across the border, all kinds of shit. At that time, that's when I switched over to at that time, that's when I started I was still jacking the shit like a motherfucker. That's when I started really getting into jacking niggas. You know what I'm saying? Making a motherfucker sit down and, making a nigga take me to the safe type of shit. You know what I mean? And God forgive me. Everybody forgive me out there. I made my mistakes in the past, homie. This ain't nothing that I'm proud of or anything like that. Being that we was coming up out the east, we started making, motherfucker, we started making a lot of noise in the city, and people was like, "Who are these niggas?" And then they figure out where we coming from. So then niggas that was banging was trying to come at us. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, y'all just some Skyline niggas. You know what I mean? Y'all got a different name, just some niggas coming out of Skyline, whatever the case may be. So we went through a lot of that, homie, and as we went through that, we was socking niggas the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was getting fucked up trying that shit with us, homie. And we went through every set that wasn't. You know what I mean? That wasn't from the east. We went through with all niggas. I ain't gonna name no sets, but niggas know. Y'all got to with some motherfucking GPM niggas. Niggas was socking your asses up. Niggas wasn't even doing no banging or none of that shit at the time. You know what I'm saying? By that time, niggas start kind of like drifting off to the sets. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Niggas just start backing up the set. We had the same enemies, like I said. We having problems with the same niggas that our niggas is having problems. We like, nigga, we fucking niggas up together. You know what I mean? So that, it went that way or whatever. So by this time, I always was kind of like into, into having a lot of girlfriends and things like that. And I used to try to make them girlfriends do things for me and shit. I was wondering on how I can get girls to go to the track and get money for me. That's what I was really trying to get onto. But it's funny because what made me even get that thought's been in my head probably ever since I was in the fifth grade. You know what I mean? When I was young in Skyline, right there by Meadowbrook Apartments, right there, it's an oil change place now. See, it's a lot of new motherfuckers, y'all won't even know this shit. But right there across the street from the gas station, right there by Meadowbrook Apartments, behind the fucking that new wing place over there, the oil change place, that used to be a fucking video store, homie, where they rented out VH1 videos, you know what I'm saying? And my mom, we used to go every week and pick out a movie. So anyway, one week we go. And the fucking Mack is sitting up in there. It's a cover, you know, got the dude with the white fur coat on. He got like 4 bitches around him and shit like that. And I for some reason, I told my mom, I'm like, I want to watch this one. And she's like, you sure? And she's okay. So look, we get the movie home, put it on, and they watched it with me. Mom and Pops watched it with me. And I loved it. I just liked it. I liked it. The nigga in it, man. To me, he was like a hero type of nigga. You know what I mean? He was a real nigga, as far as I could tell. You know, in that movie. So I loved that character. I loved Goldie, the character. So that always stuck in my mind since like the 5th grade. Not while I'm going to school. Not all them years. Yeah, I want to be a pimp. Nah, nothing like that. But you know what I mean? It always just, you know, it kind of mesmerized me what I saw in that movie, and then kind of hearing along in life that shit is true. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, fast forward back to, you know, so by this time, like I said, I got like a couple of girlfriends at the time or whatever, and at that time I was calling myself I was a little wannabe player, whatever. You know what I mean? I call them, hit them up for a couple of bucks, shit like that. I would get gifts from girls and shit like that. So I was trying to figure out, how do I take that shit to the next level? You know what I'm saying? So one day I said, fuck it. I'm gonna fake it out. I'm gonna find me a broad out here, and I'm gonna fake it out. I'm gonna put some game on her ass, and I'm gonna see where I could take this shit. So anyway, I found the right person. I felt that I thought was the right person or whatever. You know, I felt anybody walking, you know what I mean, that look halfway decent, that was the right person for me, because I'm driving like a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers walking want to ride, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I find the right person. I feel, you know, especially, you know, grown enough, you know, because I don't play with no kids. I don't give a fuck. I ain't never played with no kids, homie, period. That's what I can't tell you point blank. So anyway, I find the person that I feel was right, who I can grow up in the game with, basically learn the game with. But you know, once I found this person, I knew I couldn't act like I didn't know shit. You know what I mean? So I kind of like eased into it, and I was learning because I didn't have nobody to tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's different today. Y'all got all kinds of rap tapes and shit. Y'all could put a broad in the car and let the rap music, you know what I'm saying, Pimp Tour or Mack Tour or whatever, and you know. We didn't have it like that, you know what I'm saying? At the time that I had a broad doing some shit for me, I'm playing Brother Lynch, you know what I'm saying? He ain't talking about nothing about no bitches and sending hoes and no shit like that. And then, you know, of course it was Too Short or whatever, but Too Short wasn't talking about sending bitches. You know what I'm saying? Unless I didn't catch it. Now, you know, I heard my nigga talking about fucking bitches or whatever. He talking about sending them now, but at this time it wasn't really, you know what I mean? He wasn't, and I'm not saying that he didn't. I didn't listen to it word for word, but I'm just saying the most part what I got out of his music, he was talking about fucking a gang of bitches. So it wasn't really nobody out there talking about how to grab a bitch, how to send them, you know what I mean, and what to say to these bitches, and none of that shit. So you kind of gotta learn on your own. Like I said, I'm in my car playing Brother Lynch, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, my music was far from Pimp soundtrack, you know what I mean? Now you can put a broad in the car, you can put it in the Pimp soundtrack. You know what I mean? Let this motherfucker rap to it. You know what I'm saying? It's weak. It's weak than a motherfucker right now. So, and it's Bobo business too all at the same time. Niggas is better than that shit. But we'll get to that later. But anyway, so I get the broad, you know, and I'm kicking it with her every day. I'm smoking with her, we drinking, whatever. And I'm just talking to her about, you know, don't you want to get some money, so finally I make up some shit. I tell her I got a homeboy that got him a broad. Him and this girl doing good. I don't even put the game into it. I ain't saying I'm like, oh, the homie got a bitch. None of that shit. I'm talking about my homeboy and this girl, you know what I mean? And I'm making this shit up as we're going along. Putting it on her like, damn, I want that same situation with me and you. You know what I'm saying? I want to have something. They having something, you know what I mean? And not tripping off no outsiders, not trying to entertain people. They really living life, you know what I'm saying? So this is the game I'm kicking, you know, at this time. Like I said, I'm lying, you know what I mean? So I start off, I'm like, fuck it, maybe I can call before I walk. So I break it down to her and I tell him that his girl is dancing right now. You know, she do a little dancing, but she make good money or whatever. You know, maybe we can look into that. Maybe they can show us what's up with that. Show us what's up with that. Maybe we can get into it with that or whatever. And then, so anyway, we talking or whatever. That idea goes by. She takes into it. So finally she wants to meet the homie with this bitch. So now I'm like, God damn, what the fuck I'm gonna do now, man? How the fuck I'm gonna work this twist? So anyway, what's so crazy is, in maybe like week 3, she started bringing her homegirl around. So I'm talking to her about this shit, and her homegirl is, you know, coming every day. I kind of wanted to tell her, look, leave her home, you know what I'm saying? But at the time, you know, I didn't even know that was some shit that was in my favor. If I knew what I knew now, you know what I'm saying, I'd have been like, oh, yeah, y'all got another one? Bring her too, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so she's bringing her friend along, and I'm telling her this shit, and her friend is catching it too a little bit, but I ain't really talking directly to the friend. The friend is just a friend, just like it is. You know what I mean? If she your friend, like their friend, she was my friend, you know what I'm saying? I don't push no bullshit on her. Matter of fact, I tried to hook the bitch up with a couple of niggas once I got the ball rolling, you know what I'm saying? But, so Somehow I advanced it to, you know what, let's go get some dough. Let's go get some dough off the streets. And the homeboy that got abroad, they getting money off the streets, you know what I'm saying? They ain't fucking with the strip thing. They said it's more liver like that, more money, whatever. So she take into that. Now I gotta find out where to go, because I didn't know the spots and no shit like that. Like I said, I'm new to this shit, you know what I mean? But so anyway, I'm kinda like, you know, asking around like, who the fuck know what's up? Who know what's up with this shit? Where can I take this bro? I got a bar right now. Where can I take her? Where can I take her? So anyway, one homie asked me, oh, I know where to go. Pick me up tonight at this, and that. I should have known right then it was gonna be some fishy ass shit, because I'm gonna tell you some shit. When I was in the game, if a nigga needed some help, nigga, I can give you plenty of help you need right there over the phone, homie. You know what I mean? I could be in goddamn Egypt. I can give you some advice from there, homie. I don't gotta be there to see your game and all that old bullshit, or see your work or whatever. But anyway, I should have read into that. But anyway, I'm like, fucking, let's pick this nigga up. Went and picked him up. By this time, the other broad, I hooked him, like that friend, I hooked her up with my boy. So anyway, now it's me, my boy, and two girls. And we better take these bitches to work. We gotta go pick the homie up though, because he's gonna show us where to go. So anyway, we get there. He said, this is where to get down there right here, this, that, and other. So we park, get off the car, whatever. So he look over, as soon as we get out, he tell me this is where they get down there. He look over at me, he was like, hey, EK, can one of them pay me? I'm like, oh, come on, man, god damn. I'm thinking this in my head. Why you didn't, I wish you try to pull that shit slick. You know what I mean? Before I even got you in the car, you should have been like, you know what I mean? I'll take you, but one of you bitches need to pay me. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't even, you know what I mean? I'd have turned that shit down all the motherfucking way. I'm good on shit like that. I looked at him, I said, you know what, homie? I was like, you know what, my bitch is paying me, homie. I said, I can't speak for his. I said, but just, you know what, just, we're gonna take you back to the pad, homie, and on everything I love, I ain't even finna use this spot. I ain't coming back over here. So look, I dropped this nigga off, we got them bitches. Can't even go to that spot, because I'm a man of my word when it comes to shit like that. I already know it's gonna break for me. I already know, I don't gotta be petty like that. Skip it to this nigga and go back to his spot. Nah, I ain't even finna do no shit like that, you know what I mean? Knowing him, he probably went and hopped in a car and went back to that spot that night and was fishing up and down that block for them bitches to see if I went ahead and used the spot anyway. But anyway, I passed on that shit. So anyway, look, this is the cold part about something, man. When you start some shit, you better finish it. You know what I'm saying? Because you will have niggas pick up where you left off. You know what I'm saying? So last time I talked to the broad, that shit didn't work out. Had the homie drop them bitches off, dropped me off. Didn't hear shit from maybe like 2-3 weeks later. I was on to some other shit. So anyway, out of the blue, the homie called me. Hey man, them bitches just called me. I'm like, what they talking about? He said they on the track right now. Talking about they need to ride off the track. I'm like, what? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So I said, hey, come get me right now. So I had her to come get me. We're going to pick you. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you just find out where to go? You know what I mean? Not that it's the hardest thing in the world, but when you don't know shit, you don't know shit, homie. On the real. And there's plenty of motherfuckers who didn't and plenty of motherfuckers who don't. So anyway, I'm like, damn, how these bitches find out where the spot is, whatever. So anyway, we get to the bras. Bro, get in the car or whatever. And like I said, I really didn't talk to the other one too much. My game was with the one. I especially wasn't saying nothing to her now since I plugged it with the homie. So look, I'm like, what you doing out here? Whatever. She's like, well, these dudes from the other side of town took us out here. She was like, basically, I was trying to find out where to go to come back and tell you about it. Which I'm pretty sure was some bullshit, homie. Who knows? Maybe later she would hit me on that shit. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm like, oh, okay, well, what? Anything happened? She's like, yeah, I made $100. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, is that yours or mine? She's like, it's yours. I'm like, oh, okay, let me get that. You know what I'm saying? Is that yours or mine? I mean, it's going to be a lot of niggas out there that's going to steal that game. I had homies steal that game before, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't know what to do. How the fuck you ask these bitches when, you know what I'm saying? There's levels to this shit. You got to know what the fuck to do anyway. So anyway, that's how I kicked mine, and that's how I started with mine, you know what I mean? What you got? Oh, is that yours or mine? You tell me it's mine. Oh, let me get that right now. You know what I'm saying? I got this to do with it. Let me put that up. Whatever the fuck the case may be. Let me get mine. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. So, it was on from there, homie. It was on from there. Okay, so I got my first one. I got my first broad. I got my first bitch, whatever you want to call her. You know what I'm saying? So I get my first girl. Man. Now I'm trying to figure out how do I get more bitches. You know what I'm saying? I got my first bitch. Now I'm trying to figure out how to get more bitches. So as time went on, and I don't mean, I ain't not even long. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time she was having problems with her parents, so I went ahead and put her up at a motel. So I had her there. Sometimes I would spend a night there, but for the most part I would go there every day. You know what I'm saying? And just depend on that. That wasn't, you know, that's why, you know, to this day I'll say that shit really wasn't for me, but I was motherfucking good at it. The next girl came one day when I was gone or something. I was handling some business, and then when I came back to the room, my broad is sitting up there with another broad. So I pull her to the side. I'm like, who's this right here? You know, who is that? She's like, oh, that's so and so. I seen her earlier today. She didn't have nowhere to go. I'm like, okay. I said, she could roll with us. But you know, you gotta let her know what's up. You know what I'm saying? She can kick it, and she can roll with us if she talking about getting some money. But you know, you gotta let her know what's up though. So anyway, she goes here and goes and talks to the broad or whatever. A few minutes later, she said she was down. She wanted to stay or whatever. So I'm like, okay, shit, fuck it. So now I got 2 broads. You know, let a couple of more weeks go by, and I come back to the room, and there's another broad there. So now it's 3 broads sitting in the room. I'm like, now who's this? This one right here, you know? She's like, she was in this one. This girl right here she looked Asian, but the girl claimed she was Indian or some shit. You know, I don't know to this day. But anyway, I never forget her name was Nancy. So I get back there. I get back, I'm like, so who is this right here? She was like, oh, her name is Nancy, this, that, and other. She said she came here last night with some dude in the military. The dude, she woke up, dude checked out on her. She didn't have nowhere to go from there. I'm like, well, shit, you know, damn. I don't know. I doubt that she talking about anything, but, you know, let her know what we on. If she talking about getting some money with us, she can stay. Other than that, she can't, you know, she can't just kick it here. You know, she gonna have to, you know, get on. So anyway, a few minutes later, she come back to me and was like, baby girl said she down. I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, I'm 3 deep that quick. And what's funny is, what I didn't know in the beginning is what niggas know now, you know what I mean? And some niggas don't know. I mean, I don't have a problem letting a motherfucker know that, you know, I was green or whatever the fuck you want to call it, or what I didn't know or whatever. I know all this shit now. But in the beginning, you know, if I knew what I know now, I would have known that hoes will bring you hoes. You know what I'm saying? I wish you could have seen it. Matter of fact, I got some video of it. Check this shit out right here. Well, hey, look, it probably didn't go quite like that. It didn't go quite like that. But look, it wasn't like this. I still didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So look, I finally get blessed. You know, I had a homie. He was an older cat, and he introduced me to my nigga, man. My nigga MD. What's up with you, homie? From Uptown, my nigga, man. That's my nigga right there. I love you, boy. So anyway, I go to my boy, but I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm like, I got a couple of broads right now. I said, but I could tell that they want to hang with me a little bit and do a little bit more with me, as far as like just at least be able to hold a nigga hand, whatever the fuck it may be. But my main broad is kind of intimidating. I know that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not seeing it, but I'm pretty sure, you know. Anyway, he just said, you know what, E? He said, just one at a time. You know, even if it's in the same day, one at a time. Come on, let's roll to the store. He said, you ain't got to come right back with the bitch. And I'm like, wow. You know, that little bit of game took me to another fucking level, homie, on the real. Sometimes, you know, you gotta meet good niggas out here, man, in the game and in real life, homie. Motherfuckers to tell you some shit that you need to know, homies. Some people will be sitting on information that you need, homie, and they ain't even gonna slide that shit to you. You know what I'm saying? And don't be that type of motherfucker, man. So now I'm figuring it out, you know, how I'll be able to hang with them one-on-one or whatever, because I already knew it wasn't gonna be all that type of shit all in the same room, you know what I mean? Me and my bro was sleeping in the bed, and them bitches was sleeping on the floor, you know what I mean? I was feeling bad, but not feeling bad. And I'm not finna do no class on it, because I don't agree with that shit right now. Maybe if a nigga hit me on my inbox or something like that, you need to know something, maybe I can help you, homie, but I really don't even agree with that shit, homie. I think as far as niggas doing that shit, even if you winning, you know what I mean, balling like a motherfucker, I think you better than that, homie. And even the women, if they doing it for themselves, if they got the, you know, whatever the fuck they want, I don't care. I think they better than that too. So, you know, I don't even agree with that shit no more. But yeah, when I did finally, you know, was able to do my thing and knew what I was doing, you know, because eventually I ended up getting rid of that bottom broad I had, where I knew I was gonna have problems really getting my game to the next level. So I eventually got rid of her, and then I ended up meeting a real bona fide broad. You know what I'm saying? That really, I mean, bona fide to the fullest. She really did that shit, you know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of like, I knew what I was doing, but I had to do a lot of faking, you know what I'm saying? Act like I was up on a lot of shit, you know what I mean? And it's crazy how I met her. One day, the homie, he catch a bus back home to the set, and the broad followed him. She didn't have shit to do, she just followed him on the bus or whatever. So anyway, I get there, I see the homies winning dice. I get there to the homies pad, they shaking dice and shit, and I see the broad there, and I'm like, damn, who this broad is with? So anyway, I'm shaking dice. I'm like, fuck it. I'm winning a little bit. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the store. Anybody want anything? She looked up at me and was like, can I go to the store with you? I'm like, yeah, you can roll. And I'm like, goddamn, I hope this ain't nobody home, nobody girl, whatever. I ain't finna ask. You know, hopefully a nigga got enough sense to, you know, if it is somebody brought back here, they'll be like, hey, cut that shit out. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I rolled to the store with her, and she like, we driving or whatever, and I can feel her looking at me, but I'm driving, so I'm really not, you know, not tripping. I'm wondering who she is and shit, but I'm not really tripping. So on the way to the store, she look at me and she's like, so what's going on with you? Who you fucking with? And I'm like, well, you know what? Actually, right at this moment, I'm married to the game. And that little broad looked right back at me and said, I am too. I'm like, what? Get out of here. I'm like, who you fucking with? Where your nigga at? She's like, well, I just left my nigga. I just stopped fucking with him or whatever, or I ain't fucking with nobody right now. It was one of the other them stores, whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, so what's happening? You trying to get some money with a nigga or what? And she said, well, I'm trying to fuck with you. I know I just mentioned whatever, but I already like what I see. I'm trying to fuck with you. I don't have no money right now, so, and she said, I don't have no money right now, and actually I'm embarrassed about it. That's what let me know she was halfway bona fide. She knew what it took to get a nigga, you know what I'm saying, and was really trying to follow the rules to that shit. So she was like, I don't have no money right now, but I tell you what, if you pick me up tomorrow over here in National City, I'll have some money for you, whatever, and we can go from there, whatever. I'm like, cool, you know what I mean? And I'm with that. I'm like, yeah, I want you to have something, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm happy to have the bra right now. I was gonna get to that later, but bona fide, that's how I go, nigga, and that's what it is when you're in the game, homie. When you start knocking some real work, man, they gotta have something for you, homie, and that's just that. But you know, at this time, like I said, I'm trying to fake it till I make it. So she tell me that, and I'm like, all right. So the next day, I go pick her up at that time. I meet her at the spot she told me to meet her at. I don't see nothing. I think I'm there for about 30, 40 minutes to an hour. I start my car up. As soon as I'm finna pull off, I look at my rear view. I see her coming. I'm like, okay. So she gets in my car and shit. Hand me a knot. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, what's this right here? She said, well, I think it's about 1,100. She said, I'm not sure though. You know, so I didn't want to just start breaking down count money or whatever. I'm a nigga that's used to money, you know what I mean? I ain't got to do all that. Oh, let me see what it is. You know what I mean? I'll just put that to the side. We're going to talk about that later. So took her from the spot. I'm like, where you staying at right now? She said, well, I stay over here, but I got to be out. It's empty and all that. You know, we can go over there and kick it, this, that, and other. I'm like, all right, well, when that's up, then you know what? I'll put you in a room or whatever. Because I know you, I'm like, I'll put you in a room. Unless you, for some reason, these bitches ain't never got no goddamn ID. And if anybody know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, if you got your ID and shit, we can go get you a place or whatever. She's like, something was tied up with the ID or something like that, or evictions or some shit, something. But like I said before, these bitches ain't got no ID on me. I'm talking about they be of age, and I'm like, what the fuck is you doing out here? You know what I mean? Shit, how are you being accounted for? Even illegally, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, so that was really like my first bona fide broad, man. And what's so funny is I fired her ass one day. I forgot what she did, but I fired her ass one day. And like I said, I stayed on that hiring and firing, and that shit worked for me in the long run later. So I fired her monkey ass, and then all of a sudden she called me like 3 to 4 months later. Dad, I want to come home, this, that, and other. And I'm like, well, you got something for me? She's like, yeah, I got something for you. She said, and I also got a wife-in-law. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not telling her this. I'm like, okay, cool. Make sure that bitch got some money though. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's cool though, but make sure she got some money. So anyway, I go pick both the broads up. She got the little broad with her. Broad look cool. You know what I mean? Ain't no kid or no shit like that from what I can see. And both get in the car. My broad hand me my money. You know what I mean? She looked back in the backseat at the broad and said, give it to him. And that bitch hand me some money. I'm like, oh yeah. So she can stay. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking in my mind. Yeah, oh yeah, she can hang out for a minute. You know what I mean? So anyway, we get us a little spot or whatever, so we at the spot. Shit is going pretty alright for the time being. Shit going alright. For some reason, I ended up firing that bitch again. But anyway, before I fired her, that bitch had nerve to tell me, Dad, if anything happened between me and you, she's gonna be coming with me. I looked at her like, okay, it's all good. You know, I ain't tripping off that shit. You know what I mean? Me, myself, when it comes to that type of shit, when it comes to hoes, nigga, I cop a blow, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real nigga with this shit. Man, they don't stop with me. You know what I mean? When it comes to that type of shit. I'm a different nigga now, but, you know, just to slip into that just a little bit. I'm sorry. Let me turn back into, you know, EK, the motivational speaker, not the Mack. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I fired her ass again one day, and I looked at the one bra and I was like, hey, you know what? From what I understand, y'all are a package deal, you know what I'm saying? So I'm out of here or whatever. She's like, I'm coming with you. So I can't believe it. Now I got the new bra. This is me and her. I said, look, you can come, but look, just know you got to make up for the money that this bra ain't bringing in now. You know what I mean? I had that much sense. You know what I mean? My game was getting really sharper and sharper. So She's like, all right, not a problem. So, me and a little broad getting down. And ended up firing her ass. She did some punk ass shit. Ended up firing her. Nigga, I think that Monday I went and got me a job. You know what I'm saying? Went back to work. You know what I mean? Because I always knew to work. That's the best thing a man could ever do, homie, is hold down a job, homie. You know what I'm saying? So I went back to work. I stopped fucking with hoes and shit like that. You know, I focused more on my cane business. Then I started writing, got more focused into writing. And then I started going into directing my little movies and shit. I started a series of DVDs called Deader in Jail. All you gotta do is type in Deader in Jail, VOL 1 and 2. Volume 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? And then get you to the channel. My channel's called The Motivational. So, make sure y'all check me out. It's gonna get revised with a bunch of new work. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just got back at it. Just going through a lot of stuff, man. Taking care of family business, taking care of, court business, things like that. Man, like I said before, life sometimes get in the way. You know what I mean? But, yeah, so today, man, that's what I'm about today, man. I'm all about just, motivational speaking. I motivate people, homie. I'm a youth mentor, you know what I'm saying? I'm a community activist, a humanitarian all the way around, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to help anybody that I can help, homie, you know what I'm saying? And that's just real, But what really got me on a break, man, was my parents going through health issues and stuff like that. So I kind of took a pause, to take care of my pops or whatever, and during that time, my mother ended up getting sick. It just ended up being a real hard situation, you know what I'm saying? So I found myself quitting jobs and stuff, trying to, accommodate my dad the best. So that meant, emergency visits, all hours of the night, you know what I mean? Dialysis. So, it was crazy, man. I couldn't, I had to quit several jobs, you know what I mean, to make it happen. And thank goodness I had my older brother too, doing the best he could, man. He was helping out the best he could. Love you, big bro. So it was just a real difficult situation, man. So I had to kind of put everything on pause. As far as my DVD series, I did a volume 1 through 3. You know what I mean? I had the opportunity to have volume 3 played on San Diego's Cox channel, you know what I'm saying? That was cool. Matter of fact, that whole movie is on my channel. Y'all can check it out. It's called A Message to the YGs. You know what I'm saying? Check it out, man. Deader in Jail Volume 3. Check out the work, man. I've been at this for a minute, man. You know what I mean? Trying to stop niggas from killing each other and doing stupid ass shit out here. Doing dumb shit. Same dumb shit I used to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to just motivate people to do the right thing. You know what I mean? In the past, I always been a motivating ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? But before I was motivating motherfuckers to do the wrong thing, now I'm trying to motivate them to do the right thing, you know what I mean? So, I get it, homie. I know just because I'm trying to change my life, I know that don't mean it's time for you to change yours, homie. Everybody get their turn, homie, and it always happens at a different time, So I'm patient to the motherfucker, homie. So I'll wait for you, homie. You know what I'm saying? I still got this game for you when you're ready to come and get it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, out there listening to me, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna kick no bullshit to you, homie, and that's real. Anybody who know me, I speak from the heart. I wouldn't tell you no shit that I wouldn't tell my kids, or I wouldn't tell you no shit. I wouldn't tell you nothing I wouldn't do, none of that shit, you know what I'm saying? So be good to one another out there, homie. Help each other, man. Be the best person you can be, homie. Be better than you was yesterday, homie. You know what I'm saying? Start with that. You know what I mean? Just little steps at a time with this shit, you know what I mean? Changing my life gave me the opportunity to do a lot of good things, homie. Gave me the opportunity to work with a lot of great people, different organizations and things like that. So if I can't help you, homie, I will find somebody that will. But I do have resources that can help certain people in certain situations and stuff like that, man. As far as like me, myself personally, I work with a lot of young people. I work with more than little kids. I work with them too. But more than anything, I work with a lot of at-risk youth. I work with a lot of young adults, you know what I'm saying? A lot of young people who are trying to get out of gangs. Hit me up, homie. I'll help you the best way that I can, homie. I'll give you the best advice that I can. I'll give you the steps that I took that helped me get out of being an active gang member. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people who want to get out of gangs. They want to change their life, homie, but they're scared of what somebody else think. You're scared about what the fuck the homies think, man. But I'm going to tell you, man, you got to say fuck all that shit, homie. You know what I'm saying? If you're scared of what the homies think, homie, they didn't need you from the set anyway. You know what I mean? Me, myself, personally, when I decided to run the streets, I came in this shit a tough nigga, so I'll lead this shit when I feel like it, a tough ass nigga, homie. Trying to confront me about some bullshit, homie, you confronting the same nigga that joined this shit, homie. So my outro's gonna be like my intro, homie, with this shit, homie. But one thing, you ain't gotta let motherfuckers know what you're trying to do, homie. Learn how to excuse yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of times y'all ain't continuing the lesson at home, homie. I can't tell the kid to stop saying blood or cuz if you saying it at home, homie. I just can't. It just don't work that way, homie. So you gotta really get involved, homie. It's called a wraparound. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gotta be involved. You know what I'm saying? So let's just keep that in mind, man. While we blaming all these programs and blaming teachers and mentors, homie, it's not just strictly up to them, man. You got to continue the lesson at home. You know what I'm saying? That's very important. And I had to learn this, man. I had to learn this. I ain't perfect. I still make mistakes, homie. That's the point of this vlog, man. You know, like I said, I got the motivational part covered, but it's a lot of things I'm still learning myself, homie. But I thank God for the spiritual journey that He sent me on. Now I can speak, because what you put in is what come out. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm just out learning a bunch of BS, then all I can talk about is BS. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm learning about different things. I'm learning about the 7 chakras. I'm learning about my paradigm. I'm learning about, you know, stuff like that, man. And it's a beautiful thing, homie. And once you start learning stuff like that, your mind will just start opening up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So, man, y'all hit me up on this vlog. I want you to like, subscribe, share, comment, do what you gotta do, man. Like I said, if you ain't camera shy, you want to get on here, we can do the Zoom, we can get it going live, man. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be here talking, I'm gonna be here running my mouth. You can see I can keep going for a long time. I didn't mean to hold you up, but that was my short bio. You know what I'm saying? That's me introducing myself to whoever doesn't know me. My name is Mr. Eric King, better known as EK, author, motivational speaker, youth mentor, humanitarian community activist, all that good shit. I'm a lot of shit. And it's all positive. Hey, when you come to this channel, man, be ready for some positive shit. Man, I ain't here for no, I ain't here for no negative shit, man. I'm all about positive peace and positivity. That's what this channel is about. That's what this vlog is about. So if you want to get some positive vibes, some positive messages, you know what I'm saying, then hit this channel, man. You know what I'm saying? If you coming to see some shit like you might see on here, everybody else's channel, you know, where a nigga gotta grab his blunt and fire it up first before you start talking. Nah, man, I'm not finna smoke no weed for you. You know what I'm saying? But look, feel free to fire up your weed and open up your mind and let me talk to you for a minute, man, because I ain't got nothing but good shit to say, homie, on the real. Believe me, I don't lie about nothing, homie. And one thing about it, homie, is you can always listen to what a motherfucker have to say. And if it sound good, take it with you. If it don't, leave that shit where you heard it, homie. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no big deal. But always put aside what you know for a minute just to hear some more shit, because we never stop learning, we never stop growing, homie. We never stop learning, we never stop growing, homie. So always open your mind to information, you know what I mean? Learn about different things, you know what I'm saying? So you can speak about different things and speak on different subjects and topics, you know what I mean? And go to your job interview and talk to the boss and supervisors without saying blood and ums and ers and ahs, and know what to say, you know what I'm saying? Because one of my things was, when it comes to like helping the young people, you know, active gang members or whatever, my thing is social skills and things like that, because a lot of them don't even know how to say excuse me. They know how to say it, but they think they're too tough to say excuse me, I'm sorry, how you doing, hello. You know what I mean? Just no social skills, man. And that's a real important thing when it comes to living in the real world, you know what I mean? And our world, in these ghettos and in the hoods and shit like that, yeah, we talk a certain language and shit like that. That shit is cool, homie, but it's a place and it's a time for that, man. So open your mind, open your vocabulary, man, so you can get out here and get in the mix with people, man. People wondering why certain people are doing certain things, and you think that you can't do it. You can do it, homie, but certain people ain't fucking with certain shit. You know what I mean? If you don't know how to say hello, how you doing, excuse me, there's people who ain't fucking with that. You know what I mean? So you gotta raise your vibration, homie, to get on the level that you wanna be on. You know what I'm saying? All that acting tough and talking tough, man, that shit is older than the butt fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's a new day, man. I seen tough shit all the time. I seen it, I done did it. Man, show me something new. Show me how to get along with each other, homie. You know what I mean? Show me how to help each other. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of negative shit on some of these vlogs. A lot of negative shit on YouTube. People speaking on what other people are doing and shit like that. Don't worry about what the next person doing. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is this. If anybody is trying to bring something to the table as far as helping, man, then so be it. And God bless them, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't do it like you or do it like me or do it like whoever the fuck is doing what. You know what I mean? Everybody got their own way of bringing this shit to the table, man. And as long as it's positive, what the fuck is we arguing or mad at them for? You know what I'm saying? Let these motherfuckers try. And I'm talking as far as when you get people coming out in the streets or whatever, and they talking about they ex-gang members just like myself. You know what I mean? When I came to try to help and speak and came to talk, I had them same looks from different organizations at first. But once I got in there and started speaking and showing them the work that I do, because I put in work when it comes to this community work, man. You know what I'm saying? Really putting it down. Speaking to kids, speaking to different organizations, going to juvenile halls, all that shit like that. Doing a damn thing, going to all the schools, you know what I mean? Mentoring, having gang awareness for parents, you know what I'm saying? And speaking to all races, doing my thing, working with my boy Dante Dies from UPAC. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a real good chance, you know, at doing this work. He had faith in me and gave me a shot. You know what I'm saying? What everybody should be doing out here. Give each other a chance, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and I'm not with that negative shit, homie, you know, so don't even come over here looking for that, homie. Like I said, I'm not finna fire up a blunt before I start talking and all that shit like the other vlogs. You need to see that? Go watch them niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why none of them ain't came up with a goddamn weed vlog yet. Nigga, show your weed. Y'all firing that shit up every time you gotta talk. You know what I mean? Come up with a weed vlog. Show what you smoking on. Show the best gas. You know what I mean? Who's blowing the best? Cause you're all blowing, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Every time somebody get on camera, you know what I'm saying, they gotta fire up something, like smoke is coming out their ears and out their fucking hair, you know what I'm saying? And what they don't understand is, you know, a lot of us is listening, you know what I'm saying? I listen, because game recognize game, so when I catch that shit, I don't tune that shit out or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't be feeling it to a certain extent that I remember when I was younger, and this is just like everybody, homie, when your friends got that old ass uncle or whatever the fuck, or he got that or you know, some people had them parents that had that dad that talk shit. Oh, you need to be doing this, and try to tell you what to do or whatever, while he doing the same thing you doing. You're looking at him like, why should I listen to this motherfucker? See, and that's the same reaction that some people get. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing shit like that. Yeah, and then a lot of y'all got great messages, good messages, homie, but you clouding it with that. You know what I'm saying? The smoking that weed and shit like that in front of people and for everybody, it's not that important, homie. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but it's not that important. Remember, some people that really ain't feeling that shit. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I'm not finna watch this nigga smoke. Why the fuck you gotta fire that shit up every time he finna say something? And y'all are saying something good, but people will tune that shit right the fuck out, homie. You better believe they will. You gotta remember when you was younger, like I said, we all probably had an uncle or something like that, or you had friends that had an uncle come out trying to tell you some good shit. Yeah, you need to go to school, you need to do this or whatever. Why he holding this weed or holding, you know, whatever the fuck he holding, you know what I'm saying? Or even come out smoking with you, you know what I mean? That adult that come out and smoke with the kids trying to tell you, yeah, y'all need to be doing this. What the fuck I'm listening to you for? You doing the same thing I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? So let's not forget that people do still react that way, you know what I mean? And that's just, you know, that's just a little bit of game to people out there. You know, if you feel like you ain't getting your message across, maybe that might be what it is. I mean, people might not be feeling that. You can't change the world, but you can change your world. You know what I'm saying? And in my world, I ain't finna have no bullshit like that. I know it's out there, but it ain't finna be in my world. You know what I'm saying? So, man, everybody, y'all, God bless y'all, man. Thank you for your time, man. As usual, man, Mr. EK is back for you, baby. Hit me up on this vlog, baby. On the real, I'm here for you. Like, subscribe, share, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you had some fun, you had a laugh or two, or whatever. Hopefully you got some information. But this is just the beginning. Like I said, this was just a short bio for people who don't know me. And if you want to get to know me or see some of my old work, check me out. I got stuff on YouTube. My channel's called The Motivational. You know what I'm saying? And you can check out Dead or in Jail. Just type in Dead or in Jail, Volume 1 and 2, VOL 1 and 2. And check me out, homie. I got some homies on there that I was introduced to the world that ain't here with us anymore. You know what I mean? That's how I started off with this shit. Losing too many homies, and I lost one too many with my nigga GFO. Nigga changed my life, homie. Thank you, homie. I appreciate that. I love you for life, homie. I love y'all niggas out there, homie. Y'all already know, nigga. I'm the most positive nigga you know, homie. Yeah, man. Cut that bullshit out there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody love each other, homie. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hard to do, homie. You know what I'm saying? Do the damn thing. Compassion is contagious, homie. That's why I speak from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Compassion is contagious. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean what I say. I'm not a fake ass nigga, so you ain't gonna see me say one thing and do another. You know what I mean? I fuck with everybody, You know what I mean? I still fuck with niggas who's active and shit like that, but I'm not fucking with what they do. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, I'm raising my daughter. I'm trying to do the best I can with her. You know what I mean? And things have just been, you know, it's been a roller coaster. You know, like I said, I took her in during taking care of my dad. And then my dad passed, you know, and then some time later, her mother passed. So it's just been a real ride, man. And we just been keeping God in it, you know what I'm saying? Believing in the universe, you know what I'm saying? And just knowing that shit gonna work because we keeping it positive. Tell everybody what your name is.
Aaliyah Pink.
All right. How old are you?
7.
7? You are a big 7. When's your birthday?
February 7.
February 7th? What grade are you in?
2nd grade.
You in the 2nd grade? Do you like school? Everybody nice to you? Are you nice to your friends? So what do you want to be when you grow up?
One of those things this.
Oh, you want to be in the military? So you want to be a military officer? That's what you want to be? Anything else? What else? What else you want to
I'll
be?
be a mom.
You want to be a mom? Look at the camera. Tell everybody.
I'll be a mom.
You want to be a mom? Okay, so you got to have a good job so you can take care of the babies, okay? What school do you go to?
Ranch Elementary School.
Elementary school.
Elementary school.
So did Daddy try to teach you a lot of stuff?
What?
Did Daddy try to teach you a lot of stuff? What is one thing that Daddy tried to teach you? Name one. I try to teach you math? All
Math,
right.
writing, and teach me how to read.
What else does Daddy teach you? What else?
To be good.
All right. And how do we treat people?
To treat people like you want to be treated.
Exactly. So we're nice to everybody, right? Like we don't bully people?
No.
No. Do we try to help people when we can?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. When we went to the store last time, when we got lunch at the food truck, I didn't like the corn dog. We give it to a nice homeless man.
He was homeless, so we gave
it to him.
We gave him food?
Yeah.
Sometimes do you give the homeless man change? Yeah. You like being nice?
One time when I was in the car, I asked Daddy 2 times, can I give the homeless man money? He said no.
Well, he was far from us.
He wasn't. He was in front of me, and then he went across the street to the other side.
I think it was too late.
Yeah.
It was too late. Or Daddy, maybe he didn't have the change inside the thing or something, maybe.
Yes, you did.
I did? Don't tell everybody. Daddy just didn't have it that day, honey. How old you gonna be when your next birthday comes?
8.
Yep, you're gonna be 8, and you are really tall. Yes, you are.
When I be 8, I'm gonna be a little bit more tall.
Yes, you are.
Like Daddy.
Yes, you are. So how do you treat your friends when you play with them? Are you nice to them? Are you mean to them? How are you with them?
When I go outside, they knock on my door. I say I will be outside in a little while.
Mm-hmm. But when you play with them, are you nice to your friends? Good. Are they nice to you? You're gonna have a YouTube channel coming soon, huh? Because you're on YouTube, but you don't have a channel yet. We're gonna make your channel. You're on Daddy's channel right now with your videos. What are you gonna be doing on your YouTube channel?
I'm gonna be doing writing and being
I thought you were gonna do art. And they're gonna do art on your YouTube?
I'm gonna do writing too.
You're gonna do writing too.
Oh, I know what I want to be when I grow up again.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A doctor.
A doctor? That's a good job.
And an artist.
And an artist. That's right. Because you draw really good.
I'm gonna show you my picture.
Go get them out of there. Some pictures over there. Daddy keeps all your pictures. Alright, show everybody. What's the first one?
This one is a turtle.
Alright, that is pretty.
Wait.
That's okay. You can do it right there, baby.
A turtle.
Alright. What else we got?
A shape of a heart.
I like that one. I like it.
Pete.
Turn it around. Upside down.
A house.
A house.
And then mountain. House and mountains and people.
You draw good.
Cause that's what get it ready. Wait, I'm gonna get more.
Okay, no, just one more. I like that one.
Another one
Of a house. I like the colors you use. That's my favorite one. I like that one. Yeah, I think that's about it. We're gonna wrap this shit up. Seemed like it was one or two more things I wanted to say. I can't remember it right now. What was it? But we're finna be a done deal, man. Knock that shit out the park, baby. Oh, what was it? That's it, baby.